floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora.
Wait, imaginary friends can be played.
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure, how can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Paimon hates...
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley. Stanley's an adventurer. And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But
Flora's a pretty mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Finding someone to chat to.
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge? No way!
Well,
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now.
what say you we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Serious? How about we... Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Go on, drink some more. This wine is heavenly.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping... Just drink responsibly on...
Oh, and if I
Throw you out?
you know,
I see no reason to cling to things.
Is that so?
Sorry. I have no recollection.
That's odd. Because Master Diluc definitely has a vase at home. A beautiful...
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary...
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming?
This raises... Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
Oh, protect us!
Jean? What is Jean? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? Yeah, she's so conscious.
Oh,
Are you always
you bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. I hope I can be as outstanding.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously, I want to become a knight. And,
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the, how can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't manage to... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? So that's how to do it. Oh, thank you.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the...
Well, I'm exhausted from training.
Ellen, she's...
Thanks. Shoot. But I'm so honorary knight. Could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's gone adventuring at the Temple of the Lion with Stanley today. Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer. We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let... Great! Thank you so much.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one didn't go any further. We didn't bag all the loot last time!
Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high. Not to worry, allow me.
This?
I'll protect us!
Hey, are those guys...
Time for retribution!
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, so, you
Yes. Who?
Actually, we came...
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me, and then had to rescue me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I...
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer?
I must say, it's an honor to meet one. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hands of Stanley, the great explorer, and in which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Magivari.
Enough already! Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Where was I?
You and your partner reached the Merjavari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely. There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Merjavari. Suddenly, My partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more. With a gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Poor guy. How could that happen?
By royal decree.
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure.
Traveler, I believe I've made a small Could I ask you to use the
What? Stanley has an
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face. You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea.
Please excuse me.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The sword, I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt. Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons? You bet! If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited. So, what do you say? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so, selfish.
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out. Venti, you coming too?
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's.
Insubordination!
worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely!
Time for retribution!
Let the show begin!
Lo and behold,
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to pot. Why would hilly trolls be bowing down
seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly...
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around monsters. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits,
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it.
So, let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadu.
There's somebody there.
Stanley?
He's acting so...
What happened? Why did you stop all?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora spouting weasel.
What? Where?
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find. Lo and behold, the shield of magnificent honor.
Liar, liar, pants. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is... Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is what... Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Ahem. Excuse me. Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some... Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiate... Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Well...
Seems cheerful enough. Oh, yeah! He actually gave us the...
Guys, thank you so much. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapon.
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feet?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after...
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area.
Wow! Then I admire your perseverance.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. I'll get back to my, stroll now.
Guilty conscience.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should. Although, on further reflection, someone who can't let go of the past and get. I wonder if such a person was forced to take their first step.
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing. Anyway, I propose we take a trip.
Tell me, Stanley. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one that died in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and... If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer.
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think but the real adventurer, the real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because...
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell your adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Madrivari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes!
Go away.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield.
Oh,
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of
that's wonderful. So, Jack...
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes. Besides, Stanley, we'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off.
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you Jack left.
Oh, I see.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts?
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventure, just a weary old feckless
You're not a total fraud.
Stories? experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, that's my biggest secret of all. And my biggest. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality, but the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle scar.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, I'm complete. No adventurer should have to go that way.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Huh? I can't believe. Thank you all. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to come, but
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go in. This calls for a celebration!
And by libation...
I'll head off to fetch the wine.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, don't...
You made it.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? So, did you at...
Yep. Well, sort of. When actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right?
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storm. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you—
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing Paimon! But Venti's telling his story!
Getting a little peckish or so.
Paimon's had it up to
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometime. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.